Sup shitters, my name is Logan aka Spiderhands and welcome to SP Reviews, where today we're going to be checking out a track from an artist named Revenge IQ and it's titled Know What You Doing. So without further ado, we're going to switch over to here. We're going to listen to Know What You Doing and we're going to hear what we think.
Yeah.
Oh, it's mastered quite well.
It's another one.
Another one? Oh, we'll go for that. Go for that minor chord.
We got to know what we're doing. We got to sing the right song.
I'm liking the vocal panning and the effects there. I'm liking the loudness of the mix in general. Like that kick, the drum kit, everything's really punchy. This is one of the loudest mixes I've listened to in quite a while.
We got to know what we're doing. We got to sing the right song. We got to chat the right road.
I mean, like, I get what the song is about. Although I fear that I'm taking it a little bit too literally. I'm liking the sort of the dubbish kind of reggae vibe that's going on here. I'm liking their vocal melody and how like it does kind of a secondary kind of vocal overdub that does pan to the right and then to the left. A little bit of vocal modulation, but it adds to the coloration of it is very good.
We go through a lot and that enough. You are make money not the ghetto where we stop. The gun thing it need fi loosen up. The DJ them a act loosen up. I sing more crime, I blow you mine. I put them life on the line. Get to you. We have to do it, we have to end this.
It's brave. It's brave to just get rid of that drum kit for a moment and just have the vocals alone. I like it.
A friendship, hope you hear me loud and clearly. And most of the youth, them nah hear me. I give away them life right now, me scary. Me nah make them kill me like joy flow with me. Have a whole heap of fun and joy to live. Me have a whole heap of love and more to give. We got to know what we're doing.
Okay, we got the hook here, right?
We got to chat the right road, cause it a go come back. We got to know what we do.
Man, that auto-tune is working quite hard there, right? Like, you can hear how it kind of like distorts itself a little bit. It's a cool effect. I love how this vocal melody is being repeated.
We got to sing the right song.
Cool.
We got to chat the right road, cause it a go come back.
And you got those little pauses and stuff really kind of make for a really sort of polished production.
Happy a gunshot out the youth them feel learn. Teach you them wise, make them start think. Me name revenge, me come fit target. Every ghetto you life is a target. There is house and land, every youth have a face. No tell me say me days, to me make a hate. Fi make the money, but me nah switch to no gun thing and no fun thing. You know see we much blood.
Cool. So I see how we've structured this. I can see how this has been produced. There's a lot happening, even with the simplistic sort of instrumentation, with just like the kind of the piano. You got the piano, a bit of sub bass, like an 808 down the bottom or something like that in the drums. And kind of like some sort of kind of sort of organ and kind of like keyboard synth on top.
Make we big up, father, buju pantances, like colonges rise to the occasion. The color of his skin, are the main one, make we rise and free, all nation. We got to know what
and back to that hook. Cool.
We got to sing the right song. We got to chat the right road.
I mean, like, it makes sense to me what this is about. Like, it seems very well presented, very professional.
We got to sing the right song. We got to chat the right road, cause it a go come back. Long time me I want the youth them to live up. Oh, you a sing about gun with the dig up. We go through a lot and that enough. You a make money not the ghetto where we stop. The gun thing it needs to loosen up. The DJ them a act loosen up. I sing about crime, I blow you mine. I put them life on the line. Get a youth.
Cool. No, I mean, I look as if, I may look as if I'm not totally vibing with this. It's more because this kind of music is very relaxing. You know what I mean? Like, it's not the kind of music that'll get you super duper pumped. It's the kind of stuff you can sit back with like a glass or something and kind of really appreciate it. Nothing extraordinarily revolutionary is going on in terms of the subject matter. You know, you got to know what you're doing. You got to do the right stuff. You've got to do what makes you money. You got to do what keeps you going, what pays the bills. There's no point in sort of half-assing it in this world. You know, if you don't know what you're doing, you got to figure that out. I think that's basically the crux of what this track is about. I can see that Revenge IQ's been quite busy this year. He has like 8 singles in 2020 alone, which is quite a lot of material, especially considering the year that this has been. The polish shows all in all this has been produced quite competently. The music is interesting despite the fact that it has just those 2 chords for the entirety of it. I think that's just sort of serves as a foundation for him to do what he needs to do with the vocals, like the core vocal lines, and then the overdubs with the singing and the panning and all that. I think the strength of an idea like this is the fact that it does carry for 3.5 minutes. I think that if it would be any longer than that, though, I'm not sure if we would have been able to get away with it. You know, like you might need to have something a little bit more different coming in, like maybe like a little solo at the end or something like that, with like an extra instrumental, that kind of very soft kind of woodwind kind of synth that was kind of going through parts of the verses and the hooks. No, I mean, Revenge IQ is obviously a very capable vocalist. The melodies that he's chosen to put on top of this track work well together. They harmonize well with the rest of the instruments involved. And I like the gentle use of sort of sub bass and not sort of overloading the mix with it. Again, it's one of the best masters I've heard, one of the loudest masters I've heard in quite a while. And not only was it loud, but it was also fairly pleasant to listen to. So the production is the star here, and Revenge IQ is done. Pretty dope job with this track. I wish him the best of luck in future. It'd be cool to see what he does if he has like an EP or an album under his belt. This was Know What You're Doing by Revenge IQ. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Please do check out Revenge IQ's various social medias and his Spotify. Stay cool, stay safe. Please remember to support your local musicians and ask support in time. As you know, there's a whole lot of crazy stuff going on at the moment. They need all the help they can get. I'll see you in the next review. Catch you next review. Spider hands up.